That might be a good place to keep that. So we're going to do place value and talk about decimals and money today. Your place value is right here on the board. You need to know it. Pardon? Here's the decimal point. There's the ones place. Now, there's some symmetry here. The left side and right side are very similar, but they're not this. But the middle ones, no. Like this is the tens. I'm going to write it sideways. Hundreds is 100. 1000s is 1000. What's happening as I go further left? I keep adding a what? 0. I'm in effect multiplying by 10. That's 100,000. Do you know how many zeros, China, there are in a million? 6. Okay, these numbers are important because in your lifetime, you're going to need $2 million to retire. In my lifetime, $1 million is not enough for me to retire. Over your lifetime, you're very young. You'll make a lot of money because of inflation. Okay, so you have to understand big numbers, plus to look at the federal budget deficit. If you want to understand these, you got to know big numbers. If you're going to be a physicist and talk about atoms and things, you're going to want to know little numbers. And these are the little numbers. Well, there's a pattern here. This is 1/10, so it's 1 over 10. This was 10. That's 1/10. This is hundredths with a TH. It's 1 over 100. Do you see how they're the same? It's the reciprocal of this side, except for the decimal point and the ones place. So thousandths is 1 over 1,000. Yeah, not available for 3. Okay, 10,000ths, Jens, is 1 over 10,000. And what happens as I keep going to the right? I keep adding a 0. This is 100,000s. Are you going to use 100,000s probably in your life? Probably not. But you will use these ones to the left. Hopefully your paycheck will be in the 100,000s. Someday it probably will. Back in the day, I never thought I'd be able to buy a house that was valued at $100,000. Today, that's not considered expensive at all. So things have changed. So this is 100,000s. And the last one is the millionths, which is 1 over 1 followed by 6 zeros. Okay, so you're asked to do a little bit of stuff with place value. So remember your place values? Most importantly, the whole numbers, because you really do have to know that. Okay, put that away, please. Okay, so let's practice some problems here. Now, my place value chart, unfortunately, is on the other page. Well, I can take a picture of it. But maybe you know what place value the 3 is in. I find the decimal point. The one exactly to the right is the 10th, so 3 is in the what place? Hundredths. Oh, and I meant to fix this. This is supposed to be this, I think. And this is supposed to be this. I meant to fix the slide. Anyway, I didn't. What's the 8 in? Kate, what that place is the 8 in? Tenths. Can you create your own place value chart? Yeah. Just keep adding zeros, that's all. What about this 8? Now, this is pretty far over. So what I do is I count. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, Luke, 10,000ths. What's next? It's 1, 10, let's see, tenths, sorry, I had that backwards. That's tenths, hundredths, thousandths. So what's the next one going to be? Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, that's 10,000ths. This has to be 100,000ths. Whoops, it's an N. And it's not right without the TH. So it's not too bad. Now this one's more important. Places the 4 in. Find the decimal. These are the whole numbers to the left. What's the 6 in? ones. This is the ones. What's this in there? Think about what number it is. If you read the number to me, you can tell me. What number is this? 346. So this is in the what place? Tens. 40. 4 times 10. This is in the tens. Okay, how about the last one? And if you need to put your place value chart out in front of you, which is why I gave you a hard copy, and just write the number right on there, you'll find it. This is tenths. What's this one? Hundredths. That's it. And I believe I put the answers up. Okay? Any problems with place value? Now we're going to do rounding. And I don't like the expression rounding up and rounding down because it makes you think that you're going down. You're not going down. So here's the thing. First, I like to circle the place I want to round to. So find the place you are rounding to. I circle it. Okay, so down here's my number, 0.5234. Which number is in the 10th spot? I can slide it to a little bit. What number's in the 10th, Luke? Which one's in the 10th? If I'm in the way, tell me. Right here. Yeah, 5, 2, 3, or 4. You got 1 in 4 chance. 5. Good job. So this is in the 5. So I circle it. This is how I've always done it. And then you look at the number to the right. So look at the number to the right. I don't really care about any of the other numbers. It's irrelevant. If that number is 5 or more, we add 1 to the circle number. If the number is 4 or less, you call that rounding down. You're not going to add anything. You're just going to leave it. You're going to add 0. So I don't like the rounding up, rounding down, because some of you actually think you're going to take away 1. You're not going to take away 1. So I look here and I see the 2, which means that I'm not going to do anything to that 5. It's just going to stay the same. I'm going to add 0 to it. So it's 0.5, and all the rest of the digits become zeros. You can write them or not write them. Now, on the advanced placement exam, we don't worry about rounding. You just truncate. You just go to this place and drop out the rest. That's it. And that's usually pretty good. Now, in the old days, when I was your age, the 5 or more rule was a little bit different. We'd look and we'd see the 5, and then we'd go further over, and if the next number was even, we'd round up. And if the next number was odd, we'd round down. When you do the government stuff and you want to pay your taxes, you always round up. Then you get a little more money. You may say, well, it's only half a cent. Actually, it's 50 cents. You round to the nearest dollar. So it's half a dollar. Well, half a dollar times how many people in this country is a lot of money. But usually it balances out. So that's the reason why they got rid of the way they did it. Now it's 5 or more round up. Okay, 3.956, the nearest whole number. What's the whole number? Max, what's the whole number? What's the whole number here? Yeah, I know it's not particularly exciting, but we got to do it. It's 3. It's the one in the ones place. So the 9, I look to the right, is bigger than 5, so I add 1 to that. That becomes 4.00, and you can just leave as many zeros as you want. Nope, you can just do 4. So rounding isn't too bad. Another way to think about it is, let's look up here again. I forgot to do this. When you look here, I don't care about the 34. It's irrelevant. 52, is that closer to 50 or is it closer to 60? Which is that closer to? 50. That's why it's 50. This one, forget the decimal. 39, closer to 40 or closer to 30? Closer to 40. So which number's in the hundredth place? Emma, do you know which one's in the hundredths? Can't get this one too wrong. It's 8, yes. There's 3 8s, so you had a pretty good shot at it. This one right here. Oh, I should have a different color. That's in the hundredths place. And what do we do with the 5 that's to the right? We add what? No, we round up, so we're going to add 1. So it's 80 point, adding 1 to that, 29. Is that closer to 29 or 27? Closer to, or 28, I mean. 28 or 27, we decided to choose the 5 to go up. Which one's the thousandths on the last one? Hi. Yes. Now, Jane's had this lesson. Which one's in the thousandths place? Which one's in the thousandths place? Yep, and we circle it. The 1 makes the 8. We add what? No. That's right. You add 0 to it, which means it's 0.358. That's it.
You have a good math class. That sucks. I know you made that one.
No, I didn't. Okay.
Where's Mila?
She's not in this class. Okay. It didn't schedule, didn't work that way. Making change. Any of you, hi. Any of you work as a cashier?
Okay. Bye, Jane.
You work as a cashier? Just, excuse me, do you have to make change? Sometimes the cash registers tell you what change. Actually, it may not. They have $3.71, which means you better figure out what you're going to give back to people. So this is a real life problem. When you are checking out, Jens, you want to make sure that you get the right change. So that's why this is going to be. This is just plain ordinary common sense plus what you need to know. Okay, and I've seen people with $100 bills go in and the cashier cannot make change correctly. Okay. Cost of the item, $6.87. Maybe it's a CD you bought. And you paid $10. How much change did you get? Well, what I do, and a lot of people do, is they want to figure out what you add to get to $10. So first I do the pennies. I want to get to $1. Well, that's 3 in the hundredths place and 1. Now, why is it 1 and not 2? Because if you add 13 and 87, you have a carry here. So that's 10, 1 and 1 and 8. That's a carry again, plus. And I got to get up to $10. So is this going to be $4 or is it going to be $3? Luke, what's it going to be? I want to make it go up to 10. Right now, I have 0, 0 with a carry. So 1 plus 6 is 7. What do I have to do to get to 10? I need 3. Can you just use a calculator? Yes. But when you're checking out in the grocery line, you're not going to have a calculator. You're not going to punch it in. You might. You might. Now, the next thing is you got to give change. It's $3.13. So what are you going to give for change? Now, they still have, but they have dollar bills that are coins now, but it's very hard to find them. Susan B. Anthony dollars. Very hard to find. So you're going to give them what? 3 $1 bills. Yeah, I like them. Eventually, they're talking about getting rid of dollars. And then 13 cents is what? 1 what? Dime and what? 3 pennies. Can we write it like that to keep it simple? Sure, who cares? I just want to see if you got it. Okay, let's try the next one. $34.82. So you go and buy an Xbox game. It was on sale, and now there's tax. But it's going to cost you $34.82. You just got paid. You have a $50 bill in your pocket. How much change did you get? Now, you could just subtract 50 minus $34.82. Maybe you're at a garage sale. They don't have cashiers there. I mean, they don't have a machine. It's all got to be done by hand. So, no, in a garage sale, I've never seen it. Okay, how do you get to $1? What do you add 82 cents to get to $1? 18 cents. Then I have 34, I got to get to 50. But remember, when I got to the dollar, I added one here. So I have to do 50 minus 35, so it's $15, right? How do I know I did it right? Add these up. Does it work? There's the carry. 5 and 4 is 9, which is 10, and 1 and 4 is 5. So yeah, that's right. So how much money are you going to get back? $15.18. What kind of bills are you going to get? $15.
1, 10, 5, and 18.
A 10, a 5, and 18 cents. You're going to get what? A dime, one nickel, and 3 pennies. So it's not meant to be terribly challenging, but it's real life math. Often, though, I go places and I get change and they'll give me 3 $5 bills. Or they might give me 2 $5 bills and 5 ones. If it's someplace where they're expecting a tip, they will do that. They'll give you the ones because they want the tip. I know you're not going to give them $5, but you might give them 2. If you don't have $2, you're not going to get a tip. They're not going to get a tip. Usually you tip $1 or $2. So if I have to tip, I'll actually go and say, can you give me change? Then they will. They'll give you change. Depends on what kind of service it is. Okay, what about this? You're paying something for 27 cents. Can you buy gum for 27 cents today?
No.
In my day, it was 1 stick of gum was a penny. It's a quarter? It used to be a penny. Back in my day. Gas was 30 cents a gallon, by the way. That was premium. Okay, how much change did you get? This should have been the first question. So how do you get to $1? 7 from $1 gives you 3. Is it 83 or is it 73? 73. Use a calculator if you want, although it's good for you to practice without. Anyway, how am I going to do this one? Now, you may think this is crazy, but if you go to another country, Jens, if you go to another country, in Egypt, they have dollars, they have piastas, which are pennies, and then they have $quarter, they have half dollars. We used to have half dollars. I don't know if they still make them anymore. You don't see them very often. So you could do a 50-cent piece, but let's be real. It's probably 3/4, right? And then, no, not 3/4. Well, if I wanted to pay somebody 73 cents, I might give them 3/4. How much change would I get? 2 pennies. And usually I might say, forget it, I don't care about the 2 pennies. So I need 2/4. That gives me to 50 cents. How do you get to 70, Joey? We're at 50. So, okay, so that's 2 dimes. So now we're at 70 and we need 3 cents. So 3 pennies. This is, the price is right. You can't go over. Can't go over the 73 or you're out of the game. Right? The other thing that is on this assignment that is not in the lesson is something that looks like this. X minus 3.71 equals 8.05. How do you solve that? You solve that just like you always did, even though they're not nice numbers. I want x alone, so I'm going to add 3.71 to both sides. Yes, you're going to use a calculator, absolutely. This one's easy, I just made it up. Because there's no carries or anything, it's 11.76. But yes, just use a calculator on that. It's just getting you used to real life problems because you're never going to see whole numbers in the real world.